Здравейте, намираме се в сградата на Българската търговско-промишлената палата, където за първи път у нас се провежда регионалната среща на европейските световни търговски центрове. Това е престижно събитие, организирано от Търговско-промишлената палата в партньорство с Асоциацията на световните търговски центрове. В рамките на 2 дни, 16 и 17 юни, българската столица се превърна в своеобразна сцена за интерактивни семинари и конференции, която съдържа включително и панелни дискусии на теми като инвестиции в недвижими имоти, ролята на изкуствения интелект и бъдещето на европейската икономика. Събитието е форум за сътрудничество, споделяне на добри практики и изграждане на нови икономически мостове между България и света. Благодарим специални благодарности на организаторите от Българската търговско-промишлена палата за поканата и предоставянето на пространство, където да проведем тези интервюта. И всъщност наш гост е Ed Allison-Wright, като той е директор на Световния търговски център Гибралтар с лицензи за Лондон, Мадрид и Малага, специалист по недвижими имоти, сертифициран оценител. Интервютата ще се проведат на английски език, а за удобство на нашата аудитория и хората, които ни следят, ще осигурим субтитри на български. Hello, Mr. Wright.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. If you had the chance to build the first WTC in the country, in Bulgaria, where would it be and why?
Well, if it's in Bulgaria, I think you'd have to choose Sofia.
Yeah, as capital of
yeah,
Bulgaria
I think
and the
so.
biggest town.
I mean, to paint the picture for you about the growth of the WTCA network, you know, the Balkans and Southeastern Europe have been extremely strong in Europe recently for WTCA growth. So, you know, Sofia is a fantastic place, and you've got to remember, in Bulgaria, you guys have almost 15% cumulative GDP growth in the last 5 years, which I think is pretty much unmatched in Europe, other than maybe Spain. So,
are there more business environments that you see in Sofia that are different from the other capitals in Europe?
I think one thing that I find really interesting is the fact that you have a lot of talent here locally. So when I checked yesterday, I think you've got over 100,000 students here in Sofia alone. And what's interesting is a lot of those students, a higher proportion than in most European countries, are Bulgarian, which obviously shows that you've got a good skilled talent pool that's homegrown, that has the ability to then sort of spread out and create GDP for your country.
Yeah, we have a lot of young people which are motivated to do a lot of things, and also in business. So your work links with real estate, with global business, and in that case, what architectural or infrastructural elements do you believe speak the language of international investors in Southeast Europe?
Well, I think when it comes to, you know, generating business, generating, you know, a thriving networking environment for business, particularly in this part of the world, you need to not only just focus on the tangible architectural merits of a building. I mean, in the World Trade Center Association, we obviously focus on best-in-class provision, and that's almost just a said now within our network. I also think you need to create the space that makes people want to be in the space. So we just talked about talent in Bulgaria. There's an adage or a saying that we say regularly within our network, which is that, you know, tenants want what talent needs, and that's what landlords must build. So, you know, we need to focus on developing buildings that attract talent into the buildings, and that's something that, you know, the WTCA is heavily focused on.
From your perspective in Gibraltar, London, and Malaga, how important do you think is the city narrative in attracting capital, and what kind of narrative is Sofia currently missing, in your point?
So that's a very interesting question, because that changes across our licensed locations. I think for smaller jurisdictions like Gibraltar, I think the city narrative is far more encompassing to their national economic perspective. For somewhere like Sofia, I think, you know, you guys are heavily invested in AI, banking, finance, tech. So your outward-looking perspective is always to attract talent for those reasons.
And we will probably join the Eurozone for next year.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that makes it very exciting as a proposition in terms of Bulgaria and choosing Bulgaria to invest. So I think you have some really exciting few years ahead of you, and that's where hopefully the World Trade Center Association works closely to try and help that happen.
We hope so. And last question, but not least, if you were to give one strategic message to young Bulgarian investors, what would you tell them about the connection between local identity and the global network?
I think one of the most exciting things for them will be the fact that they can bring their local expertise onto a global platform. And it's a global platform that is renowned around the world as being best in class in provision. So I think they can put their trust in the WTCA, and hopefully the WTCA will bring business towards them.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wright.
Thank you.
And good luck. За аудиторията на Invest in България можем само да им препоръчаме да останат с нас, за да видят още кадри от регионалната среща на Българско търговско-промишлената палата в YouTube или Instagram.